No, I would not.
I was just gonna go over commission checks and how it works, and if you wanna get paid faster, squeaky wheel gets a greasing. Call the attorney from the seller's side, if you wanna get paid faster. Try to get them to pay our office directly instead of the commission going to the selling side office. If you're on the buy side, it has to go from the closing table to recording at the county clerk's office. Once it's recorded at the county clerk's office, they'll disperse the monies. Then the attorney gets the check. Once the attorney has the check, the attorney has to then cut the check to us if we're the selling agency. If we're not, they cut it to the selling agency, which then gets the money. Some offices wait for that money to clear, then they cut the check to us. So it can be, there's certain companies around town that it will take a month to get your check. So you just count on it, it's gonna take a month. Unless you really harp on the seller's attorney and say, we would like the check cut to us, this company takes a month for us to get paid. So it's not us, I get the check, I write the check. I don't even put it in the bank. I get the check in my hand, I write you guys your check, and I deposit the check from maybe to the next minutes. So it's a pretty long, arduous process, but if you want to speed it up, you've got to hound the attorneys. Ordering signs up and down. You know, we're ordering the signs for you when the listing comes in, but when that is going to close, you need to call Bob 24 hours before it's going to close and order the sign down, or text him.
So when I send something to listings at Cornerstone, I don't need to send him the sign request?
No, we'll do that for you,
Because I've been doing both.
right? Or are we not doing that? Oh,
They have to go to sign up and down, because we don't know.
Because I've been filling out a form and then
Yep,
sending it to
yep.
him.
That's
you might have to cut
what
this out. You often at the same there, so that we take care of it.
No, we don't.
No,
Okay.
you pay for the sign. You pay for.
I pay for the
they
sign, correct,
order
but
it.
I do not order it. You
Works
order it
for
out.
me.
So sign, it's on our listing thing, service.
Yep,
Like to pay for the sign.
to pay
To
for the
pay for it,
sign.
okay, the value of it, okay, got it.
Correct, yes.
Okay, so you guys order it up, order it down. If it's lost because you don't call it down and you forget and the buyer's like, then it's $100. So the sign guy charges me 50, it's $50 for our panel, it's $100. So don't lose it. New website and mobile app is coming. Any time frame? So
I
can take
would
over.
say November-ish we'll
Over
do
the next
training on
month.
that, get through all this paperless deal.
So probably we'll roll out in October from OnJax. Then we'll have training end of October, beginning of November on the new website and the mobile apps that come with it.
I've learned to leave a rider. I don't know if anybody else cares or does, but I've learned to leave my rider when I do my last, when we do the paperwork and when we do the pictures. I leave it at the house with the lockbox because
Good thinking. One last
that,
trip.
yes. So then when they go with the sign, the homeowner puts the lockbox on and
Right.
puts the rider out for me.
Or like part of the team. It's a good idea. I usually do it too, or an open Sunday.
Yeah.
Because my first thing is usually an open Sunday. But the client loyalty program that we've been working on feverishly for the last month, this is really what you guys can all depend on. For the company to support you so you're successful. The first part is the listing services that we're going to provide. We're paying for the sign. We're putting the listings in the MLS for you. We're putting the data entry into the company's management system, which is VRES that we're using, which Jeff's wife Tiffany is heading up. Then it creates a keepsake video. Then there's personalized communication through that to your client. So thank you for choosing me. Here's your MLS listing. Here's your Zillow listing. It just goes through that whole process with your client. Your client knows what's going on. They're informed. You touch base. It's just another touch. It's high touch, high contact. Creates the lasting relationships in this business. Social media exposure. Cindy has been working on. Jaden's going to get involved in it as well. But we can't say enough about social media marketing. I'm sure that you can attest that it's huge.
It's huge.
It is the way, and even if you don't spend money there, the free advertising is crazy, but if you spent $20 a month probably promoting something, you really would see the results. Open house packets, the office will create for you, so if you let us know that there's an open house, we'll create the packets for your open house. Cindy is posting them now on the Facebook page for us
And the real estate page.
and the real estate, or
Yeah.
the website.
Yeah.
All, the listing packets are always there for you guys. Create the listing packets, so you can kind of fly in, grab one and go. We've got the nice folders. I don't know, are you using
I have
those
them,
yet?
yep, and I use
They're
them.
just a nice display. I mean, people get them, it looks professional, you
It
put
does.
your information in there, and it's a good presentation.
Mhm.
We're getting another lot of those, so people that help, all the people that are advertising on there obviously help pay for those folders. We don't have to pay anything for them. We all just get the benefit of it. Free color copies and prints at the office, create your brochures, etc. to print there, there's no charge. Personalized agent website with the mobile apps as well. So on our website, just being an agent there, you have your own website that you can brand yourself. So instead of just doing cornerstonerealtyny.com, it can be Jeff at cornerstonerealtyny.com. It's Jeff's website, you know, it's personalized to you so that you can send all your traffic to you. So every listing that they're looking at through our website, which is the whole MLS, will look like it's your listings. The listing services, the buyer and pending listing services that we provide, the pending transaction coordination. You get the listing to pendings at cornerstonerealtyny.com. That is then put into the VRED system as well, and then it starts another drip campaign to your sellers or your buyers, saying, hey, congratulations, you got an accepted offer, here's the next steps, here's what you can expect, and these things that, again, the high touch, high personal contact. We are also doing a personalized closing gift for every sale now. So we're doing cutting boards that you can thank Rebecca, she worked on me for 2 months about it. Not that I don't want to do it, it's just it costs, you know, every little bit that we do costs money, and there's a small margin being a broker that there's not a lot of money that you make. So we're providing a really nice cutting board that's personalized to each client, has our logo on it, it has their names, the year that the house that they purchased, it has a house that's built out of like spoons and forks. It's really,
Cute.
it's cool. It's a
Really
very, very cool gift, because then we're giving that to you, it's gonna be a reminder, oh geez, I should get over there, whatever it is. If they like wine and cheese, get them wine and cheese. If they, you know, pepperoni and cheese and crackers, whatever, you know, or a housewarming party. If it's something like that that you wanna try to step it up to another level, say, hey, let me get your list of your closest 20 friends and let's have a housewarming party for you. You throw it, you show up, you know, shake hands, kiss babies, and make more clients, right? I'm also going to get in a routine where I'm calling all the closings that happen that week. I'm gonna make a personal call to every one of our clients, whether it's your client, Jeff's client, my client, Drew's client, and say, hey, you know, this is Lucino, I broker at Cornerstone Realty. We just wanna thank you for choosing us. And that way, if for some reason we all get busy and we lose that last little touch, and it's a follow through from the company that
Yeah.
it shows that
As soon as it closes, I don't even know the people anymore.
right.
We moved on.
well, yeah, we are all busy,
We
and
know,
that
sure,
happens
okay.
with all of us. And it's not that you're the only one. It's something that I've done too in my career. It's like, hey, how'd the closing go? Great, super. Let me know when you need another house, right? And that's not the way you want it to be. You want it to be kind of like, hey, that we're having a get together. You want to come over type of thing. I mean, you want to be that close. So, client address. So, a couple things that we'll have to do is just social media exposure for that sale. It's great to do that exposure after the sale. Hey, sold in 5 days, sold in 2 days, sold over asking price. Client address updated in the Cornerstone's management website, so that's really important. You need to update that, the client management website, that they're where they went. Monthly community-based emails to keep in touch with the community. So, home anniversary is entered into the personal contact database so that they'll also get that. Hey, it's your 1 year anniversary. Congratulations! You know, you've been in your house 1 year. Another touch. You can obviously use the phone calls, the automated phone calls that are set up through the Cool Clients program software that we have. Customer appreciation party once a year we're going to provide. So we're going to provide a customer appreciation party for everybody for once a year. So you can invite your clients that have, you know, past clients. I don't think there's a limit to how past, right? I mean, go back to all your people, invite all your people every year, so hopefully it'll,
We're gonna have
Keep it so
everybody
big.
all on the same, under one
Right.
roof, that's good.
that maybe it'll be at
What month
the,
will that be?
hopefully it'll have to be at the Rochester Convention Center or something. But we want to be into the new office in Ontario by mid-December. You know, we'd like to have a grand opening first part, really the very first part of January. Hopefully, you know, obviously don't want to do it the first or maybe the second even, but even the third, fourth, or fifth, just because a lot of people will be off work and we can hopefully get a good turnout for that. So start thinking about that now so you can invite the people you want to. Age recommendations that we have are on there. You can follow that and check that out, but that's all stuff that we preach all the time. Professional photos, staging, helping your clients stage their own right. So I think that Shannon has sent this age of support process out a couple times already. But here it is in black and white. It's a copy, so it's very light, but so as you can see, it gives you a step-by-step approach to the listings and how it's going to be done. I know that I just sold a listing last night. On the way home, I stopped in, put the agent's email in, put the pendings at cornerstonerealtyny.com, sent it, went home, you know. So it was done. By this morning, he had processed it and went to the attorneys, and it's rolling. But so the listing process, we'll just run through it quick, is agent responsible for ordering and removal of signs, changing the property status in the MLS in a timely fashion to avoid GRA or fines, and provide our staff with the lead source from which the listing and the buyer came from, just so that we can track where we're spending our money in advertising. If we don't track where these buyers come from and where the sellers come from, how do we know where we should be spending our money? What you're going to find, it's going to be probably 60 to 75% is past clients or referral from a friend or something like that, which is why we push so much, which is why Rebecca pushed so much on just get them a cutting board. Chances are they're going to refer somebody just like the last person, and you should really get in the habit, if it is a referral from somebody, get that person a gift. If it's a $20 Dunkin' Donuts card or dinner or something like that, get them something, whoever referred them to you. But the listing process is spelled out here. Even if you enter the listings in yourself, you need to email the listing paperwork, the MLS number, and the lead source, and the seller's names and email addresses for the drip emails to listings at cornerstonerealtyny.com. So even if you want to enter this stuff in yourself, you still got to do that step. If you have a new listing and you want us to enter it in the MLS into VRES for you, just email it to listings at cornerstonerealtyny.com with the listing paperwork, where the lead came from, the seller's contact information, email, phone number, and the photos for the property. Try to give us 24 hours to get that in. I mean, your MLS contract says 24 hours, so if you wait 24 hours to get us your listing paperwork, you probably will be out of contract. I mean, it really says in there when that seller signs it, whatever that date is that says the seller signed it, it's supposed to be in within 24 hours. So just try to just get it to us. I'm sure you want to, but it's just sometimes we get busy. If it's a divorce situation, we'll need to know that so that we can send the email separately to each party. Pending listing buyer process. When you receive an offer, email the contract to the attorneys for the buyer if you're on the buy side. Obviously, there's protocol starting to wane a little bit as far as the way it used to go. If you have a listing, the general rule was the buyer's agent would send the contract to the seller and the buyer's attorney. And the buyer's agent was supposed to fill out anything that was not filled out in the administrative thing. But they don't really do that anymore. They're like, hey, fill out your stuff. Or did you send it to your attorney? And it's like, well, you're the buyer's agent. You're really customarily supposed to send that to everybody. It's kind of an unwritten rule. But when you're sending the attorney the email with the contract, send it to pendings at cornerstonerealtyny.com. Then we'll process it in the VRES. We'll need to know where the lead came from still. As you receive documents, simply do the same process. If you've got your attorney approval, scan it to pendings at cornerstonerealtyny.com. Get your engineer's release, pendings at cornerstonerealtyny.com. Mortgage commitment, pendings at cornerstonerealtyny.com. This stuff is all going to save, whether it's a listing or a pending. It's all going to be saved to VRES, and they're going to automatically upload it to the cloud. So if for some reason something happens with VRES, we're going to have a fail-safe, and it will be on the cloud. So we'll be able to get the documents. There will be never a time where we don't have a way to get the information back. pending report. Every Sunday night, you're going to email an update for documents that are needed for that deal, meaning documents that are out of date or coming due. So if all your stuff's in a timely manner, you won't have any automated emails because you'll be caught up. If you're getting an automated email, you're missing something. Elaine will also be checking those in the office, and if she sees something's due, she's going to just give you a call and say, hey, did you know this was due? Because you probably get a lot of emails. Sometimes I delete my email from something pretty quickly. I usually just hit delete. So if you do that, Elaine's going to call you and bug you. So we're going to double duty and make sure there's a checks and balance so everything's kept on course. Call your clients once a week for a status update. Call the attorneys. You know, I mean, you're going to obviously, if it's the engineer's process, you get the deal accepted, you get the attorney approval, that's 1 week. Now you've got to do your engineer's inspection. If there's no engineer's inspection, maybe you're just going to call and tell them, hey, the appraisal was ordered, you should be hearing from them next week. Just keeping that line of communication open. So just a call once per week is what we recommend. Complete the sales transmittal in VRES. Add any commissions or referral fees that we don't know about, because every deal is different, right? You might have negotiated $500 away on commission and we don't know it. Or you may be getting paid on the gross and there's a concession of 6% off the sale price, where you're still getting paid off the 100, but there's a 6% concession, so really the seller's getting 94. I know on my listings it says commissions will be paid on anything after concessions are paid, so paid on the 94. So if it's 100 and it's 6%, it ends up being 94,000. If you're getting paid on the 100, we'll need to know that. Or if you're getting paid on the 94, we're going to need to know that also. So that you'll have to put in the sales transmittal. We're going to go paperless. You'll have a file. I'll have a file if it's my deal. You'll always have a file if it's your deal. So you'll have the paper file, but then the office will have a digital file. It's going to save on time, it's going to save on cost, it's going to make our office look much neater. If you come in the office in Cornerstone or in Williamson right now, you'll see how much neater it already looks. The office in Ontario is, I have a picture that I'll show you guys, but it is framed
Oh, yeah, pictures.
off the building plan. See that real quick. Off the building plan. So we have this in 2 nights' work. We have this side framed and this side framed. We don't have the knee walls in for the workstations in the center of the reception area, but both these sides are framed. This one we have to do some connecting walls and some supports, but this is all framed. We have to frame out the door and the window here. We're going to be cutting through for this door to go this way Thursday night and start framing this up. So I would think in the next 2 weeks it'll be totally framed. Probably have plywood on the offices on the outside of it where we're going to hang the siding, because it's going to look like buildings. So it's going to look like a street of shops. It'll look like blue sky, clouds, and back wall will be stone. We're thinking reception desk will be stone also, or something that will accent, either copper accent, something that we can tie in with the stone in the back. So it's about a 16.5-foot wide open space. So it's a pretty good size open space. So it feels spacious and it'll feel like you're outside in the courtyard. That's the idea of what we're going to try to use in there. So, Tracy.
I know, everybody gets to finally meet Tracy.
Yay.
This is Tracy Cerno.
So, I guess it's changed my business dramatically, because for the first 10 months, I was having to put my own signs out, take my signs down, put in my own listings, take my own pictures, upload my pictures, and it's just freeing me up to be able to be out and sell. So it's been remarkable. And then just to have the marketing support, because if we're in the office doing, I went to a class at GRR last week, and they said we shouldn't be messing around with any kind of admin, anything, just to be out selling. So Rebecca's been tremendously helpful with I'm doing a customer appreciation fall event at the Apple Shed in Newark. We have 55 people coming. So she made the flyer for me. Yeah, anybody that I've listed a house for, sold a house to, We invited them, they're gonna be able to have a hot dog and cider and a pumpkin, a hayride and face painting, so it's been really received quite well, so. Back to what you said about social media, I've not spent one red cent on marketing since I started. So it's really about social media, getting on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, and just putting your face out there and your name out there.
You're doing a great job with
Thank
your
you.
clients, obviously.
Thank you. I appreciate
Shannon, what do you think as far as your clients go? Like, are you just wowing them? Do they just love you at the end? Like how, because you have the spider web effect going on being.
Well, that's what they're saying, so I don't even feel like I'm doing anything extraordinary.
Other than caring about them?
Yeah, so it's answer the phone. If you can't answer right then, call them right back. If they want to see a house, there's no, okay, how about next Tuesday at 7, because it's long gone by then.
Right.
So I had somebody that wanted to see one. I was in a golf tournament all day yesterday. Well, I was driving the golf cart, and
Yes,
keeping the beer cold.
Right.
So we were there all day, and she called and she's like, I really want to go see this house. And I'm like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? But I took her, and I was writing her an offer at 11:30 last night. And we're waiting to hear back right now on the offer. There ended up being 3 offers. So, it's just like,
So you.
I would want I give them the service that I would want. I don't want to wait till next Saturday and be like sitting home biting my nails like,
Yeah.
is it gonna sell or is it not gonna sell? Of course it's gonna sell. In this market, it's gonna be long gone.
So do you feel like for yourself it's going above and beyond, or, doing exactly what they want, but going the extra mile, like the mints on the pillow, doing the unexpected extras or anything like that, or?
I guess I look at it in 2 ways. I don't feel like it's going above and beyond. I feel like it should be the standard. And that's my standard.
Right.
So I don't feel like I'm going above and beyond anything. I'm just taking care of them the way I would want to be taken care of.
Perfect.
Yep.
Do they respond to your emails, like the drip campaign? Like, do they,
Yeah.
oh, I love that, I know. I
Yeah,
do that.
absolutely. So when
I love that video.
one went out about the transferring of the utilities, and she replied back and said, oh, I didn't even think about that. So do I gotta do RG&E or this, what do I gotta, she had more questions about that. So I'm like, I didn't realize at first what she was even talking about, but then obviously I figured,
Right.
yeah.
How about the listing emails as far as showing them what websites they're on? Do they feel like you're, oh, thanks for doing such a great job, even though they're.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, just like, they don't feel, I'm not getting negative feedback. I think that's more important even, that I'm not getting anybody complaining that they feel like they're lost in the cyberspace somewhere. So I think that's even, you're not gonna get a lot of people that are gonna like compliment you for it, but you're not getting complaints either.
Right.
Not getting complaints like, I haven't heard from you in like 6 weeks. So I think that alone speaks for the volumes of the drip emails, yeah. Yep.
Well, we're happy to have you.
I'm happy to be here. So,
It's exciting, you're
yeah,
right.
it really is
the level that
exciting.
people should want. It's the
Yeah.
level that every agent should try to achieve, what you're giving your clients and what we try to help support you guys so you can be out doing more. That is what the industry standard should be,
Yeah,
just not everywhere.
right. No, it's definitely not. And I mean, you guys have done a phenomenal job of just freeing me up to be able to do that. It's just, I don't have to sit in the office, and we kind of figured out why I'm getting all these, like, this file is missing attorney approval, and this file is missing the EMD, and this file is missing. So I'm like, I'm sending all those, but there was an issue with my email, so we should have that all worked out. But it's a phenomenal process, because truly that's what led me here.
Right.
Is having to keep track of all that, and somebody would call and say, did you get deposit on, and I'd be like, I have no clue. I really don't have any idea. Or did you get attorney approval? I'm like, I have no idea, and I truly didn't. I had no clue.
It's a gut wrenching feeling.
It
Like
really
you
is,
get that
and it
call,
was
you're
every day. I felt like I was just flying by the seat of my pants. So now I feel like if I can feel like I'm flying by the seat of my pants, but somebody at Cornerstone knows what I'm doing.
Right.
Or that there's something missing, or has my back with
Yeah.
figuring out that we need something, or that we haven't gotten a commitment and it was due yesterday, or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, it's done God's time, really does. Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. That concludes our meeting for tonight. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Thank you.